Hello and welcome to this edition of GCS Today here on Channel 21, the program that brings you news and information from Gaston County Schools. I'm Todd Hagans. On today's edition, we get an update on the playground project at Webb Street School, and we meet the two high school students chosen for the Blumenthal Broadway Experience. Joining me on GCS Today is Kelli Howe. She is the principal at Webb Street School. And Kelli, you're here today to give us an update on the Webb Street Playground Project. Tell us about it.
Yes, so at Webb Street for the last 2 years, we've been raising funds to build an inclusive, accessible playground. And what that means is that any child, regardless of mobility issues, whether they're in a chair or whether they use a walker, would be able to access the playground and play alongside their peers.
And so you've got the plans for the playground. They're very impressive. It's an excellent looking facility, and so it'll be there on your campus. Talk to us about some of the features that the playground will have.
So the most important feature of this playground is the actual ground cover itself. It's called PIP. It's a poured-in-place, rubberized surface, so it's very smooth and a wheelchair can easily navigate across it, so there's no mulch or dirt or gravel for the wheelchair to get hung up in, and so a student who has mobility challenges would be able to navigate the surface area, which would allow them to get onto the play structure itself. And within the play structure, there are really neat features. There are interactive features, there are music features, there is a rocker, which is very much almost like a ride at an amusement park, that a wheelchair can enter into the rocker and then rock back and forth. There are wheelchair swings, and just lots of features. There are braille features, so it's just a really sensory-rich environment for all types of social interaction for children.
Now, what led to this project? Where did this idea come from?
We had an initial meeting with one of our faith-based partners here in the community, and they reached out to us and wanted to do something for the children at Webb Street. And they said, well, if you could have anything, what would it be? And so a group of us were there, and we said, well, we would like a swing, because currently there's nowhere in Gaston County that is open to the public that a child that's wheelchair bound can have that experience of swinging. And so that's really where it started, and then upon further investigation, things became complicated, and we thought, well, we'll just build a totally new, inclusive, really awesome playground. So that's how it started.
And so you have this vision, and I know that it's going to become a reality for the school. You're working toward that reality now, and you are raising money. How much have you collected so far, and how much more do you need?
We're really excited to say that we're 2/3 of the way to our goal. So we have raised around $170,000, and our projection is that we need $260,000. So we need about $95,000 or $100,000 more to complete the entire project.
And so that's really impressive that the fundraising has taken place there at the school level, and you've had a lot of support from the community. Talk about some of the different fundraisers and the support from the community that you've had for the playground project.
Yes, so our first fundraising effort was our fashion show, and we host that in the spring. This will be our 3rd year hosting it, and so that's our PTO's efforts to raise money for the playground. That's how we initially got started. Then the Sheriff's Office came on board this year and wanted to host a fundraising effort for us, and we did that with them. And then we were very fortunate to receive a grant from the Community Foundation of Gastonia for $30,000 this year. So with all of those efforts together, that's how we've been able to reach the amount that we have so far.
Yeah, it's great to have those partnerships with the Community Foundation, with Sheriff Cloninger and his staff, and also your PTO, really doing a lot to help make this project possible. Now, when you think about the playground, Why is it so important, and how will it benefit your students and this community?
Children learn so much from social play and interaction with other children. If you think back about your childhood, you enjoyed swinging. I mean, swinging was one of my favorite things to do on a playground. And just play and have fun. And you learn from those experiences. So it's important that all children, not just children at Webb Street, but all children in Gaston County who have physical limitations be able to have a facility that is inclusive and accessible to them. So through the grant from the Community Foundation, we will be able to have this playground open to all of Gaston County and anyone that will benefit from using it.
Now, you mentioned about $90,000 to $100,000. You have a thermometer. You're watching the thermometer grow
Yes.
to track the progress for fundraising. How can someone help? And if someone wants to make a contribution or to help you, I assume they can reach out to you at the school.
Yes, so we have links on our Facebook page, Webb Street School's Facebook page. They can call the school office and ask to speak to me. Our PTO has a Facebook page, and we have links on those pages to donate directly from there, or they can make a contribution to the school, or we would invite anybody to come out, take a tour, come be part of our fashion show. We're very open to any funding source that we can invite in. And
it's really great to see that this is a community-wide effort to make this playground happen for Webb Street. How, as the principal, how does it make you feel to know that you've got so much community support?
It's really great to know that the community is behind us, and I have said from the inception of this playground that this is something that everyone wants the children to have. We just have to get out there, talk about it, make people aware of it, because everyone wants to support a good project like this, and we've been very fortunate to have all the positive response from the community in helping us build the playground. Other schools have gotten involved, and we're just really happy that everybody has kind of taken it on as kind of their own little project to make sure that it happens for all of Gaston County.
And you are looking forward to the day you have that grand opening, right?
Yes, we can't wait to cut that ribbon for the playground. We're so excited. Yes.
Kelli Howe, principal of Webb Street School, thanks so much for being with us today on GCS Today.
Thank you for having me.
You are watching GCS Today here on Channel 21. We will be right back.
Everything starts out small. The things that hurt us, they all start from somewhere. The words we say, the things we do, they can grow into something else. What was small and innocent can become big and sometimes scary. All it takes is one comment, one picture, one video for something to catch fire. But a big problem doesn't need a big response. Not at first. Even if we don't know what to say, the eye emoji can be that first step we take. Let's all pledge to take that first small step together and change the world in a big way. I'm a witness, and so are you.
Welcome back to GCS Today. Imagine that you are a high school student. You are interested in the fine arts. You enter a contest for a trip to New York City and you win. That is what happened to two of our students. James Swayney of Hunter Huss High School and Scott Queen of Stuart W. Cramer High School were among 12 students from the Charlotte region chosen for the Broadway Experience. It's a program sponsored by the Blumenthal Performing Arts Center that provides students with a first-class experience of Broadway. We had an opportunity to visit with James at Hunter Huss and Scott at Stuart W. Cramer to hear about their big trip to the Big Apple. We are at Hunter Huss High School with James Swayney, one of the students chosen for the Broadway Experience. James, congratulations.
Thank you.
It was a great experience, right?
It was the best experience.
Now, when you got to New York, what was one of the first things that you saw, something you enjoyed?
Well, when we were landing, we flew over the city, over the ocean, and the first things that you could see out the left side was the Statue of Liberty. It was super small, but I've never seen it other than TV. And so jumped across my seat just to see it. It was perfect.
So once you got into New York, you had an opportunity to see some of the shows.
Yes.
Did you have a favorite show that you saw?
Oh, definitely. My favorite show has got to be Anastasia. A lot of people don't agree with me with that, but I loved Anastasia. It was so magical.
What about it? What was just really exciting to see that live on stage in New York?
Well, the entire experience of it, waiting in the line, long line, waiting in the line, going in there and seeing all the beautiful snowflakes projected onto the curtain, and then having the curtain open and seeing all the actors up close and personal, being able to see them sweat, just everything's magical.
So this is an experience where 12 students from the Charlotte area got to go on this trip to New York.
Mm-hmm.
Why is a trip like this so important for high school students?
Well, I'm from small town Gastonia, and so all you get to see is famous people on TV or read about them in books. And from a theater kid's perspective, we dream of being on the stage or on the TV. And so being able to go to New York and see these shows and actually meet the actors, I got to meet the cast, and be able to meet them and find out that they're also from small towns and they've also had struggles. So you get to find out that, hey, I might be able to actually accomplish this dream of mine.
Did you ever think that you probably thought that you would make it to New York at some point. Did you think that it would happen while you were in high school?
I honestly didn't think it would happen at all. I thought I would just be stuck in here, working like everyone else, but I cried so much whenever my teacher, Miss Ballard, finally told me that I was going. I've never dreamed of ever being able to leave this state, and then
That's some great news to get, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Well, congratulations on that opportunity, an opportunity of a lifetime, and I bet you're already planning your next trip to New York.
Have no
You're ready
idea.
to go back, aren't
Oh,
you?
yeah. Big city life. I'm ready for it.
Well, congratulations. Very proud of you, James.
Thank you.
Swayney. We're here at Stuart W. Cramer High School, and I'm with Scott Queen. Scott, congratulations on being one of the students chosen for the Broadway Experience.
Thank you. It was such an honor, and I was so glad that the Blumenthal chose me for this opportunity, and I had so much fun.
Now, when you got to New York, what was the first thing that you saw or the first thing that you did?
Well, the first thing I saw was I was on the plane, and I was looking for the Statue of Liberty, but I wasn't on the right side. So really, I just remember the skyline and seeing all the buildings and everything, and it was just like, I was like, wow, I'm in New York City, and it was incredible. But the first thing we got there, we just got off the airplane, we got all our luggage, and we went to the hotel to store all of it, so that we could go move on and see some sights before we got ready for the shows.
Okay, so I know that you saw probably one of the biggest shows on Broadway, Cats.
Mm-hmm.
What did you think of that?
Well, I hadn't seen it or heard any music before. All I knew was that it was like one of the most iconic shows, and it was written by Andrew Webber. So I was like, wow, this has got to be great. So I had already had a high expectation, but then when I saw it, it completely blew my mind, and the expectation was blown out of the water. I actually spent the most money on Cats for merchandise.
You have a cat shirt on.
Yes, I do.
Show everybody the cat shirt that you have there. What is it about seeing a play on stage or being in a play on stage that is really exciting, that is really interesting for you?
Well, before I started acting, I had been in choir, so I had already been, I had already had a stage presence and had been used to it. But I think the thing about acting is that I just enjoy the feeling of being able to share whatever story we're trying to tell, or just getting people away from whatever they're trying to run from and just have them enjoy what they're seeing right now. on the stage, and just giving the gift of, I don't know.
It's just to show, you know, you're providing a story, an experience to the audience, and I think that's so important with any type of show that you're involved with. Now, this was your first time in New York. Have you already planned your trip back to New York? Are you looking forward to that second trip?
Actually, before I had the opportunity to do all the Blumenthal and Broadway Experience stuff, I had actually told my mom, because we're from New York, just not New York City, it's the lower tier. I was like, Mom, for my graduation present, we've got to go to New York City. So we had actually had plans to go, and then I got into the Broadway Experience, and I was like, now we got to plan for our second trip. So yes, I did have plans to go beforehand.
It's great. Well, congratulations to you. I know it was a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to be a part of that program sponsored by the Blumenthal Performing Arts Center. Congratulations to you.
Thank you again.
That does it for this edition of GCS Today. Before we go, we would like to give a shout out to the 5 outstanding teachers who have been chosen as finalists for Gaston County Teacher of the Year. Congratulations to Carmen Adams of Belmont Central Elementary, Karen Coffey of McAdenville Elementary, Lori Collins of Highland School of Technology, Tammy Holland of Robinson Elementary, and Brittany Reed of Yorkchester Middle School. One of these educators will be named the 2018-2019 Gaston County Teacher of the Year during our Evening of Excellence ceremony in May. Thank you for watching GCS Today here on Channel 21. We look forward to seeing you next time.